Good afternoon, everyone. Creedmoor with the Bullish Bears here, giving you another educational video. So I've had a lot of requests lately for how to scalp. What do I look for as a scalper? How do I make these moves in a volatile market, things of that nature? Well, I've paused right here. This is VTVT October 3rd. The morning session here. We had a lot of people catch this one. It was pretty interesting. It shows a lot of good things to look for when planning price and entry and exit. So I'll go ahead over it. Now, I just have a simple study set pulled up, the Wilder's RSI here, and then a volume. That's it. That's all you really need for scalping is you just want to see the momentum and know if you're in an overbought, oversold condition. Now, you can put a bunch of other indicators, things of that nature on here. But for scalping, you're in and out so quick. All you really need to know is, what your thresholds are and if you're going to drop soon, anything like that. So you'll have to keep an eye on volume here and an eye on the RSI to know if you're overbought or oversold. Another thing you really want to keep an eye on is the location of the 9 EMA and VWAP. Primary things to look for are the 9 EMA VWAP cross. If you want to know more about that, hop over to the Bullish Bears and type in the blog post section there, VWAP, that is VWAP, and it will pull up the VWAP study and discuss a bunch of the different strategies for doing that. Also, check out our technical analysis, and it goes over what a 9 EMA VWAP cross is and how it affects everything. So what do we want to see as a scalper? Let me zoom in just a little bit here. Or let me zoom out, really. So you can see here we're having continuation from the previous day. You really want to see a good strong day and then continuation up. This baby popped up from 79 cents up past $1 and continued its move up the entire day, following this 200 right along here. And if I brought this on a 5-minute, 200 is low, 50 is low, but you see this strong continuation right through here. That's what you really want to look for. Another thing too is using the Fibonacci. You can see here that it did pierce this level towards the end of the day and continued its move up during the after hours and pre-market session there. Saw a very good pre-market here, pretty steady with a lot of volume. And then right here at the open, we had that 9 EMA VWAP cross and a strong push of price action up. So I will play this live in a minute. So first things first, where do you want to get in? Let me get the arrow. Let's see, this one puts an arrow. There we go. So right here, you see, you never want to buy on the first candle, as it's very bad to do. Yes, you could have caught that move, but the risk is too, it went here, here, and then down. So that is another big thing to watch out for. But what we do have here is classic spike consolidation. Spike consolidation. Small spike consolidation. So A, B, C, D, and then it ran out through here some. And then this here was a testing point for it. Do I want to go up? Do I want to go down? It held the 9 EMA here, the 20 SMA here, or the 20 EMA here was acting as a support zone as well and continued a push up. Oh, with that said, let me change the direction of that arrow. Edit properties, yes. And we want to flip it that way. Awesome. Okay, so right there would have been your best entry point. So what it was is that price spiked up, came back and held the 9 EMA, and you can see here that price action did not want to break below that 50, but it did not break below the 9 EMA either. So you would have gotten in on this candle right in here, in at 348, out on the next red candle, which ended up being here. So this was a high wick. So let's say you got in at 350. So you got in at 350, got out at 4, that's 50 cents. So on 100 shares, you made what, 50 bucks? Yeah, 50 bucks. Just had to make sure I was doing the math right. Yeah. So that would have been a quick $50 move on 100 shares. 100 shares, you would have had to put up you'd have to put up a little bit, so yeah, you'd have to put up 350 bucks to make 50 bucks, which is still pretty good. Would have brought you net 400, so that's another thing. So let's play this live for you to see. One thing I do recommend is setting up the hotkey function. If you're curious how hotkeys are set up, you go to Setup, Application Settings. You can see right here, hotkeys, and it lists all of your hotkeys right through there. Set up your hotkeys for whatever you really want. I like to do it buy at the ask. That way it just gets filled right then, and then sell it, market. And if the move is quick enough, then you can still make good money. So hotkeys typically do not work in on demand as far as the buy and sell orders. So I could be absolutely wrong though. Let me double check here. Yeah, you can see there it's flashing it, but it's not bringing up the order queue. So that's one thing. But hotkeys are your friend when it comes to. But as far as the technicals of what you're looking for, spike up, price to consolidate back to the 9 EMA, get in as close to the 9 EMA as you can, and then ride the move up to the next red candle. Price consolidates down. If it holds, look to get in again. You can see you have a smaller move here, 364, and then you did get a red candle here, which could have been a key out, but you did have the 9 EMA pretty tight. So I probably would have gotten out somewhere in here. The second red candle right in here. So it would have been 360 to 380. So that's 20 cents on that. So, you know, a quick another $20 on that. So let's say you saw this information here. You made your $50 there, got back in here, made another $20, saw price consolidating down, and then it made its further move up, and you saw this push. And then you have to decide from there, do I want to get in long or do I want to get in short? Because it is 10 o'clock, and typically you will see a reversal at 10 o'clock. So, but let's play this live. So let's go to 9:36. So let me type in the time, 09:36. Okay. Let it bring up the time, load up the information. Zoom in for you guys here. So that's how she looked at 9:36. And remember our 9 EMA, you want to get in as close to 9 EMA. Price went up, consolidated back down to the 9 EMA. We still had a good solid move up. Volume wasn't the best, but it was still good. 250,000, which is still really good. So, all right, let's go ahead and hit play. And give it a second. There we go. Price action's going, going, going. On demand tends to lag with its candle formation, so we would have gotten in at that. So buy one. So we would have our order. I have this one set up for specifically options. I've been doing a lot of options lately. So let's say you wanted to buy 300 contracts or 300 shares right there at 344. Got in at 344. Cost to trade for 300 of them was $1,000. And well, that's not going to fill because of the price actions already went up. That's why I say hotkeys are always best. And honestly, have your hotkeys set on a market right through there. Buy at the ask. So we're going to go ahead, take this back up. Now would be chasing. So let me restart that, guys, because that obviously did not work out how I had planned. It already missed the move. I'm very curious why the time frame is not adjusting. So there we go. Give it a second. Gotta love when on demand is just a bit laggy when you're trying to make a nice video. So there we go. Okay. So, and of course price didn't change. It's the only thing I don't like about on demand is it messing with things. Hold on. There we go. We see that price action has reset, so the candle should reset here in a second. See if it will upload. Sorry guys, it was working a little bit earlier, but she seems to be acting a little laggy for us, so as soon as this loads up, I will show you the trade in live action. There we go, 5-minute time frame, bring it to a 1 minute. Go ahead, get our order set up. So we were planning for it to come back to this 9 EMA. 342 was our hold zone, so 345 would be a quick, easy fill right through there. We want 100 shares, make it nice and easy. So we shall hit play. Price is moving. Virtually, we bought 100 shares. Now you can see the candles are moving. Showed a little bit of wick through here. Now, the way you would have got out is set your stop a few cents below that. So if we got in at 345, set your stop at 338. And as soon as it made it to 338, you would get out. You see price action going up. 9 EMA, continuing to push it. There we go. Let it keep pushing up, pushing up. Next candle forming. There we go. Forming up, forming up. Set a price target of 15 cents would have been our price target. So in at 345. So what would that be? 360 would have been our price target. That would have been a quick 15 bucks on that. Had we gotten out at that, you know, you always want to have a price target in mind, but it's continuing to go up there. So there's a nice rise. We're seeing no reason for it to kick back down. So go ahead and sell. See, I'm very used to having my hotkeys set up, so I can just slap my hotkey. Let's go over here to order template. We virtually bought the, or no, that's the SPXs. Well, just make it simple. Come here to the monitor tab. We have this position. This is why I say, you know, have your hotkeys set up. 100 shares, create closing, close at 380, confirm and send. There you go, virtually sold right there. Now you see how much fumbling around that was? That much fumbling around can be a huge detriment to a trade. So we were in at 345, out at 380. To be honest, I would have rather, you know, had just hotkeyed it in here at the 345 level. We felt it would hold right in there, and then got out at the top of this candle. Right in here, as this is very overextended. So, but that is essentially the way you scalp a trade. Like I said, I recommend your hotkey setups, and then you can just slap your hotkey in and out. You can see the white flashing up there. That's me slapping my hotkeys, and you'll be able to get in and out of a trade very quickly. That's the general gist of it. That is the optimal scalping strategy. Look for the morning up and then back down. If it holds the 9 EMA, get in on the green candle of the 9 EMA, as close to the 9 EMA, and then play till you see the next red candle through there, and then get out on that. Main two things to watch out for. watch out for volume. You need to have enough volume to be able to cover that trade. So, you're not going to be able to get in with just 10 shares on on even if it went up 50 cent on a 10 share spike, 50 cent on 10 shares. That's God, that's not even what I'm thinking it is. Yeah, $5. That's not even going to cover commissions. So you need to have enough volume that if it does that spike up of 10 to 15 cent, you're going to cover your commissions right there. So that is something to keep in mind. Another thing, have your hotkeys set up good and make sure it's a pattern that you know very well. That's pretty much it for scalping in general, guys. If you have more questions, I can go in depth more. If you want to see other great scalping strategies, the top 3 scalping patterns that I look for are the bull flag, this regression back to the 9 EMA here, and then a falling wedge breakout. If you are curious about what those patterns are specifically, hop over to the Bullish Bears website, type in each one of the names. You can play back the video and, or just write them down on a pad. Again, they are the bull flag, falling wedge breakout, and then this regression back to the 9 EMA. A lot of people call this an ABCD pattern, but that's very subjective. So sometimes you can play this off of head and shoulders, but it's primarily those first 3 are the ones you want to look for scalping. But guys, that's pretty much it when it comes to scalping. Have your hotkeys set up. Already have a price target in mind. That way you can hotkey out as soon as it hits that. So, that's basically it. All right, guys, this has been Creedmoor with the Bullish Bears. If you have any more questions or concerns, please PM me, email me. You can message us on the Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, everything else, all of our socials, guys. We're linked everywhere. Come check us out at bullishbears.com. Check out our courses, our blog post on all of the different platforms and different trading strategies. As always, remember, your trades are in the history. All right, guys. Bye.